What do we have for Aquarius, please? Five of Wands, Leo energy at the foundation of the reading, Aquarius. Aquarius, one of the messages that I got leading up to your reading is that you've had some sort of identity shift take place in your life. This can be referred to as a kind of spiritual walk-in. Now, what I feel has been going on in and around your life is some sort of resistance that you have been receiving from an opposing force. This could be people in and around your life. With this Five of Wands here, it could very well be up to 5 people. Could be more, it could be less, but it's just telling me that there seems to be at least more than one energy here that you may have been dealing with. Now, this Five of Wands is also telling us that these energies here are turning on each other because something has taken place, and I feel that I just heard this year there's been a major shift in your energy. You're not the same person that you once were. I just heard you're not the person they could once influence or control in some capacity by way of their opinions of you. Interesting. You know, I feel what that really speaks about is not you necessarily listening to other people's instruction, right? It's more taking in other people's opinions and it having some sort of subconscious impact on you without you even really having any say-so in the matter, right? It's like when somebody says something to you that is cruel or negative in some capacity, it just has a way of sticking around. I just heard passive-aggressive, so this could quite possibly speak about the kind of people you're dealing with. It's like they present themselves as trying to help you, but they're kind of mean, right, in the way they do it. And what you have begun to realize is this is not effective in any way, shape, or form. And ever since you have began disconnecting from whoever these energies may be for you, you've started to see some sort of growth in your life. And I feel that ever since you have began to let go of the need for approval from others and just live your life to its fullest potential, you're starting to actually see people's true colors. You're starting to see the way people are reacting to you leveling up. You're actually starting to live up to your own expectations and not anybody else's, and this is revealing something to you, something that was hidden up until now. You're no longer selling yourself short. You're finally pushing forward and feel in control for the first time in this capacity ever. And again, because of this, you are stirring a kind of hornet's nest. What do we have at the sacral? Justice, Libra energy at the sacral. Now, Aquarius, I just heard right when this justice card flipped around that you going after your passions, right? You harnessing this fire in your belly, sacral energy, is what causes the scales to shift in your favor. In other words, it's like you finally standing in your power and not needing other people to sign off on whatever it is you're doing shifts the timelines. And this is revealing something to these people. They're actually beginning to see that you are on the path to accomplishing something here. There's a win here for you with this justice card at the sacral, and it's directly connected to your passions. So have a think about that. What is it you're most passionate about? What is it you have always felt was calling you from within and have maybe always been met with some sort of resistance or pushback? Going towards that is how you release yourself from this cycle, from these people's clutches, so to speak. And look, this can certainly be spiritual clutches, right? It's like people holding on to you energetically. Yeah, I just heard psychically, emotionally. See, I feel that for you, Aqua, this is more about what I mentioned a little earlier on about the passive-aggressive nature of the way these people would speak to you in this sort of, it's like a condescending way of communicating with you to create some sort of psychological dependency on them, which is directly targeted at your self-confidence. And for a lot of you, this is going to be people that have probably always had access to you. You know, family can be the biggest culprits of something like this because in some way, shape, or form, they feel justified in treating you this way. I feel that a number of you Aquarius out there, if this reading resonates with you, are coming from quite difficult family dynamics where you were always taught to play small. Playing big or spreading your wings and pushing beyond what possibly other people that have come before you was highly discouraged. In other words, you were never encouraged to take any sort of chances and go after your dreams. And because you are pushing back against all of this now, you have a lot of people obsessing over the path you're on. It's like these people couldn't break you, but somehow I feel they still want to be close enough to you so they can study your resilience and figure out how to systematically tear you down. It's like these people, I feel, have some sort of deep-seated hatred. And it's not even so much about you. It's a hatred that they have for themselves, which they just project on everybody else around them. And this is now turning into an obsession because they're realizing they cannot destroy you. And I just heard them saying, "I miss you," is actually code for, "I couldn't finish the job." So having said that, I feel that that's a bit of a warning for you, or just, something you need to look out for here, Aquarius. You may have some people trying to re-enter into your life, into your energy. We're in the Mercury retrograde energy right now, so this definitely aligns with the astrology. So I wouldn't be surprised if this actually happens. And I'm also hearing for some of you, they won't make themselves obvious. They'll try to come back behind a mask. Yeah, I just heard deception. All right, let's keep moving forward. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? 3 of Wands, Aries energy in reverse at the solar plexus. Yeah, 3 of Wands at this solar plexus position is speaking about them bringing some sort of obstacles into your life to stop you from achieving your long-term goals. Now, your solar plexus here is all connected to your confidence, your personal power. This is something they definitely do not like. They want to try and come in and use some of these tactics that they know have worked on you before to trigger those parts of you that once felt inferior or powerless to them, to your circumstances, to life, whatever it may be for you. I just heard you've gotten too far and they were never expecting this. They've lost control over you. And I just heard it's hellbound. Yeah, there's something here, Aquarius, that is coming to try and stop you at all costs. And I feel that your best course of action here, depending on how this resonates for you, is to go ghost when it comes to any of these people who you know to be actually causing this resistance in your life. Do not give these people an audience. Do not give these people another chance to enter into your energy, because the problem here is I feel that this is not an energy that can be defeated. Well, not in any sort of face-off anyway. The only way you defend yourself against this energy is by keeping pushing forward. That's ultimately how you defeat this energy for good, is by focusing on your success and not allowing anything to distract you and get you off your path. And depending on your situation, this may be difficult, especially this time of year. Coming up to the holidays, people tend to have family gatherings. So if that speaks to you, you're going to have to figure out how to navigate those situations. Now, each one of you will be dealing with different situations. So take the messages and arm yourself with discernment as it makes the most sense. What do we have at the heart, please? Knight of Cups at the heart in reverse. Ooh. Knight of Cups in reverse is a very jealous, overly emotional energy. You could be dealing with multiple people in and around your life, as we've already established, that are jealous that you've broken free. There's something about what you're doing, Aquarius, that is just exposing these people in a way that is very uncomfortable to them. Quite often I'll mention that people will feel slighted by you, especially when it comes to spiritual progress, because it's something that is very difficult. A lot of people can't bring themselves to actually understand what it means to go through the awakening journey. So when they see somebody else going through it, especially somebody who they once deemed as on their same level or even below them, they can feel very slighted, especially when you're dealing with people who refuse to surrender their ego and do the work to meet you on your level. Crabs in a barrel mentality. Very, very common, Aquarius. But this is the part of this journey when truth is exposed to you in other people's reactions to you. The way other people receive you now tells you everything that you need to know. A lot of you may be hearing things from people in regards to you having changed, or you're not the same anymore, or what's wrong with you. Just things that are meant to make you feel like an outcast. This is all very normal. Still, it doesn't make it easy to hear all these things. It can be quite a lonely road. But as time goes on, you begin to realize that there's no other way. It's never easy coming to terms with the fact that a lot of the people that you've always had in and around your life are NPCs. They're people that are just part of the system. They're not doing anything extraordinary with their life. And when I speak about doing something extraordinary with your life, it doesn't have to be going out and making $1 million or being some huge global success. It speaks more about extraordinary spiritual evolution, taking the path least traveled, being a waymaker. That really just says it all. And if you want to simplify it even further, just going after your true heart's desires, following that inner calling. 99.9% of the people on this planet don't know how to do that, because the process by which you begin to go down this path is the most difficult thing you will ever do in your life. And this is a perfect example of it right here. It's like you have to fight a spiritual war you never even knew you were engaged in when you begin the process of awakening to your highest potential. More often than not, people find that they have incredibly jealous, envious family members, friends that they've always known that aren't evolving at the rate you are, if at all. And though this is painful to witness, Aquarius, again, it's a part of the process. We all have to go through this. It's like going through spiritual boot camp, seeing all of this firsthand, experiencing it, getting out the other side, having a story to tell, and being armed with enough wisdom and discernment to serve you on your path moving forward. What do we have in the throat, please? Eight of Pentacles, perfect, right there at the throat. Now we see why they're so jealous, because you're actually going to make something of your life, Aquarius, something significant. What I'm seeing here is you aligning with your highest potential and calling here and materializing this into your everyday waking life with this Eight of Pentacles here. There's something here that is spirit-led. There's something here that you have always known you were meant to accomplish, but it's on the other side of these situations. And it makes perfect sense. How could you possibly succeed at this when you're dealing with all of this? And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So 8 to the 9, Virgo energy here. Now, this Nine of Pentacles is showing us what you are going to be stepping into. There's a lot of stability here, a lot of abundance. And this is something you're doing on your own. Eight of Swords. Okay, so this is a perfect example of the scales tipping. Your success is basically what is imprisoning them, mentally speaking. This is their worst nightmare, so to speak. And then right there, Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So if there was going to be a card for nightmares, it would be the Nine of Swords. Devil and Eight of Swords again. I just switched decks and we get the same energy here. So this Devil energy is representing what's taken us beyond the surface. It's showing us what is actually connected to these energies, to these people. See, it goes far beyond who these people are to you in your everyday waking life, what their identity is, whether it's a family member, whether it's a friend, whoever it may be. It's not even really about them. It's about the energy that drives them. And that's the Devil energy right there. It's to say that the devil has always had a target on you, a target so you wouldn't step into this energy here. You see, when an individual goes after that inner calling and actually pulls it off, which, as we concluded here, is like fighting a war. It's not easy. It's highly threatening, because this means that you are accomplishing the mission that you were sent down here to do by Source. That inner calling is the mission. It's a kind of echo. It's the conversation that you had before you were incarnated into this life cycle. Aquarius, this is what you got to do when you go down there. But you're going to forget this conversation. But as you go throughout your life, you'll begin to remember, subtly. But if you always follow that inner calling, and you'll forget this part of the conversation as well, you will eventually get there. I just heard remembrance. When you begin to step into this energy, something feels familiar. It's like you have deja vu. I feel like I've been here before. And what that is you remembering that you've had a conversation about that before. It's subtle. It's barely enough to fully remember or grasp the depth of what I'm trying to convey to all of you here, but it's something. It's in that moment when you just feel like you've received some sort of message, though unclear and staticky. You feel aligned to something, and that's enough to keep pushing forward. So again, because of all of this, the devil has put a target on you, and he uses these people as his vessels to do his bidding. And these people have made themselves willing vessels to be able to do this by the way they live their own lives. And this should be a perfect example of their submission to the devil's will. You treat people like this, you allow demonic influence to take over. It's like the devil takes the steering wheel in these people's lives. This is just another way of speaking about possession, right? Possession doesn't always have to be a body levitating off of a bed, speaking in tongues. Oh, it's much more subtle than that. It looks a lot like this. What do we have at the third eye, please? Oh. Back to back from two completely different decks. So we have 3 decks on the table. 1, 2, 3, okay? So we have shuffled through 234 cards, and we get that same energy back to back. But even though these are both 8 of Pentacles, they're slightly different. As we can see, you are, let's say, building something here, right? You're in the process. And here, it looks as though you've completed it. I just heard that these energies here are aware of this. They just know somehow. They feel it. They sense it. It's the next logical step on your path, is getting to this point. And this is why it feels like there's some sort of campaign to stop you from getting from here to here. This is also at the third eye, which is speaking to us about a vision that you have. Again, it's directly connected to that inner calling, that true heart's desire. Also, your imagination here. It's like you're finally seeing something clear enough to be able to bring it to completion. See, these energies know that if they can infiltrate your energetic sphere, so to speak, they would be able to do enough damage, or disrupt you enough, rather, to stop your forward momentum. Now, one of the most difficult parts of all of this for you right now, Aquarius, is to not react, right? Sometimes these kinds of energies can create so much frustration that you can't help but just lose your cool. And you're only human, and there's only so much one person can take. But it's important right now that you do your absolute best not to react to this energy. Ignore it, shut it out, stay away from it. You have far too much going on now, Aquarius, and whether you see it right now in this very moment, you have far too much to lose. Spiritually speaking, you've made a lot of progress here. And it feels as though merely engaging in these energies would set you back. It's like having to start over, which having this 8 of Pentacles like this and showing the evolution of this energy speaks about you having gone through this many times. You know, maybe you've gotten to this point before where you've been close to pulling something through, and then in the 11th hour, this distracting energy comes through and it's all gone. It can also speak about the psychological interference that they create in your life, right? Like I mentioned, the self-doubt that they may plant into your psyche that could cause you to give up on something. It's all of that stuff that you need to steer clear of right now. The mental manipulation, the words, the spiritual interference, the things that are less obvious. It's like somebody saying something under their breath and you walk away going, did they really just say that? Now, whatever that thing may be is lodged inside your psyche, just rattling around, doing all sorts of damage. Right now, you need a clear mind and focus. If you truly want this, Aquarius, then give yourself a fighting chance, because it's very clear to me that the universe is ready to make this happen. I feel like they've been really just waiting on you, but you got to move right, and you got to be disciplined with who you let into your energy right now. It will literally make or break you. Right on the bottom of the deck, we have the 4 of Pentacles. So this 4 of Pentacles is really speaking about what I said here, right? 4 of Pentacles is, well, in this case, it's like you're guarding your energy. You're holding back. You're not open to receiving right now. What do we have at the crown, please, Spirit? Perfect. Temperance, Sag energy at the crown. Okay, so you're being guided to really encompass this temperance energy, which is all about balance, harmony, and self-control. Follows everything that we just said perfectly. These are completely opposite energies, right? This is complete chaos, sabotage. But then here you are, out in the elements, right? Mother Nature. Toe in the water, toe on the earth. And this is also speaking about what I said in regards to not reacting, right? Self-control. What do we have at the foundation? Wow. Unbelievable. The Magician, Baphomet. Now, the Magician card from this deck speaks about manipulation, but it's also an energy where these individuals don't want you to share your talents with the world, whatever that means for you, right? It doesn't have to be something that is globally recognized. It's just something where you're giving to the world, to the collective. You're putting your energy out there and using the tools that you were divinely blessed with before you even came here. This is a big problem for them. It's to say that, again, before you came here, you were given something, let's say a divine weapon or, your mission. So you're incarnated into this life cycle. The devil is most definitely aware of you and what you were blessed with, and he creates a kind of reality around your life to constantly distract you from this energy, because he knows that if you are able to access those divine gifts, those blessings, those talents, whatever it may be, he's going to take a hit. And that's exactly what this energy is representing right here. These are the obstacles that these individuals have been bringing into your life by way of the devil right here. And it says right here, gives health and financial prosperity. I feel like that is speaking about what these people feel like they would quite possibly gain from doing this to you. It's like the devil promising them something. There's many different ways that this can break down. It could be that there's one kind of ringleader who says, hey, if you can stop Aquarius from doing this, then you'll get this, right? And it's that ringleader which is being instructed on how to move by the devil. Sort of like when an artist sells their soul to the devil, right? It's not the actual devil really showing up. It's more the devil showing up in a suit, right? Maybe a record company executive who gets the artist to sell their soul in some capacity for control over the artist. And then they use that artist to control the masses, right? By pushing a kind of agenda. Same situation here. What do we have at the sacral, please? Four of Wands, Aries energy at the sacral. Now, this Four of Wands here is an energy of stagnation. And I also feel, for some of you, this can be speaking about how these energies might try and re-enter into your life. And it could be that they try to trigger those parts of you that maybe you once had some issues with. Now, take this as it fits and obviously use what makes most sense to you. But let's just say, for the sake of example, there's an Aquarius out there who had a problem with drinking, and they have since given up drinking. It's like these people try to re-enter your life and try to get you to party again or try to get you to drink again, right? So they can get you back, right? So they know that if they can do this, then it's all over for you. There's no way you'll be able to achieve this here. It's like you realize that the only way that you can pull this off is, one, removing yourself from these environments, and two, releasing any sort of dependencies, whether it's an addiction, like we mentioned, psychological. Some people have to release lack mentalities. That's a big one, a poverty mindset, which can just be something that's impacting your self-confidence. There's so many different ways this can show up. But to really simplify what I'm saying here, It's like these people try to trigger these things again inside of you because they know that's your kryptonite in some capacity. Well, if we can just get them to do this, it's all over. We got them right where we want them, right? What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Two of Wands, Aries energy again at the solar plexus. This just followed what we said because the Two of Wands from this deck is an energy of losing control, which results in all of your plans completely falling apart. So we have 2, 3, 4 of Wands here. This all speaks about planning, movement. This is your strategy here, and this is what they're going for. It's like this is your blueprint, and they are trying to attack it in some capacity. I mean, look at this energy here. The illustration really speaks about the energy that I'm picking up on. It's sneaky, right? It's like you don't see it coming, which can speak about something environmental. It's like you just allow these energies into your energetic environment, and then I just heard they pull a trap door out from underneath you. But that speaks metaphorically. It's like triggering you emotionally and saying, here, just drink this. There's an even deeper message there as well. For some of you, it's not about the alcohol. It's not about a drinking problem. It's just taking anything that these people give to you. Don't trust it. Look, even right there. Right? She's handing him something, but it's in reverse. Oh, take this peace offering. Come on. Don't be like that. What do we have at the heart, please? Okay, we're going to take this one here. Okay, we're going to start on this side. 8 of Wands, Sag energy. Okay, so the 8 of Wands from this deck is further reiterating what we're picking up here. This is an energy here of all of your efforts being wasted, right? Again, it's like going back to the start. And it says right there, slavery. It's like you've escaped this energy in some capacity. And now it's like they're coming for you. You know, Aquarius, when you see this level of focus on what it is you are doing right here, it can really speak about the magnitude of this success, of this creation, of this true heart's desire. This is not for nothing. There's a lot of manpower behind this here. Physical and spiritual. This is a big problem for these energies here. And then we have the Page of Wands, propagation of light. Okay, fire energy. Now, the Page of Wands here is speaking about a new beginning, and it's directly connected to some sort of project, some sort of creative venture, just something that you are very passionate about. Like we've already established here. And again, right there at the heart, true heart's desire. And see here, oh, just have a drink. Now, the drink doesn't even have to be literal. It could be anything, right? It's just some sort of offering. But the purpose of this offering is to turn you into the offering. Right? Baphomet here. Bring Aquarius to me. And I will bring you health and financial prosperity. What do we have at the throat, please? Justice again. Now, this Justice card speaks about justice being blind, right? And this can speak about who you may be dealing with here. It's like you have to disassociate these individuals' identity. You need to disassociate from who you've always known them to be, and allow for the divine to bring justice into your life. It's like saying, well, I don't want the universe to bring justice into my life because I don't want anything bad to happen to this family member, right? Who is actually your mortal enemy, right? It's like you basically just continuing to allow the sacrifice of you because you feel bad for somebody who is forming these kinds of weapons against you. So, again, justice is blind. Don't sacrifice yourself for who you thought these people really were, because they're simply not that, Aquarius. They are something completely different than what you have always known them to be, and they are being controlled by something very dark. And this goes all the way back to the beginning of the reading when we were talking about how difficult this path is. It's all of these things, right? Coming to terms with this. And this is why I mentioned that 99.9% of the people on this planet will never be able to go through this process, because once they get to this point, they give up. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Knight of Wands, fire energy at the third eye. It says right there, protection, discovery of secret crimes. Now, whenever I get this card and I read the phrasing down there, it's interesting because it speaks about things going on behind the scenes that you're only just now discovering in how these people are reacting to your forward momentum. And I'm hearing, don't be so quick to forget everything they have done to you. And this is partially the reason why you are being advised here to not even break bread with these people, because they know how to trigger these parts of you that may soften up to their advances, so to speak. I just heard very clearly, they want you to think you're overreacting, but you are not overreacting, okay? And the more you focus on the path ahead, the sooner you will begin to realize this. Because if you were overreacting, you would have been able to achieve this with these energies around. And this Knight of Wands is also speaking about your actual spiritual protection. Spiritual protection that comes through when you stay focused on the path ahead. It's to say, hey, right? It's like Spirit saying to you, hey, we got you, but you got to keep pushing forward. We can't protect you if you go back to these energies, because you're telling the universe that's where you want to be. So we step back because of your free will and allow it. All right, what do we have at the crown to close this out for Aquarius, please? Too many cards, but look at that. The devil, right? Look, he's shuffling off. What do we have at the crown, please? Boom. And when that devil card fell out, where is he? Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles was right behind him. Okay? So we saw Nine of Pentacles back here. 8, 8, Nine of Pentacles, and then 10 of Pentacles. Okay? Inner and outer work. Now, this is speaking about your divine inheritance. All of this energy, this mission that you were given. This is all of that coming to fruition. The Ten of Pentacles is your legacy. This is what you came here to achieve. And this is exactly what Baphomet here does not want you to pull off. Because as soon as you step into this energy, it's over for all of them and this energy here. This is you stepping into an entirely different timeline where the scales have completely tipped in your favor, but you have got to want it enough to put up the boundaries against these people to actually position yourself to pull this off. So Aquarius, whatever this represents for you and however this is showing up in your life, hopefully this is a clear enough message for you that if you keep pushing forward and you steer clear of these energies, you are going to pull this off. All right, Aquarius, this is what I have for you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. And there's a glitch in the YouTube app right now. So if you're trying to press like on the video and it's not allowing you to like the video, do me a favor and just drop a heart or a comment, and that will work just the same, okay? But whatever the case, I would like to extend my gratitude for all of your donations and support on my channel, your personal reading bookings, the purchases that you have all made, at my online store. And also thank you to everybody who's joined the membership side of my channel. But in closing, I would like to know how this reading resonated with you. So let me know in the comment section down below, again, by dropping a heart and or a comment, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.